Waking up to find your bank account at zero is terrifying. Realizing your husband did it while you slept? That's betrayal. Discovering what he didn't know about your other accounts? That's justice. I'm Nicole Harper, 33 years old. 3 weeks ago, I woke up to my phone exploding with overdraft alerts. 17 messages, all saying the same thing: insufficient funds. I checked their joint account, the one where we kept everything: savings, emergency fund, down payment money for our house, $68,000. Balance, $4.23. My husband, Marcus, had withdrawn it all at 3 a.m. while I was asleep, cleaned out everything we'd saved in 7 years, left me with $4. I called the bank immediately, begged them to freeze the account, stop the transfer, get the money back. They said, "We're sorry, Mrs. Harper, the withdrawal was authorized. A joint account means either party can withdraw any amount. There's nothing we can do." The freeze came too late. The money was gone. What Marcus didn't know, what he'd conveniently forgotten to ask about, was that I had other accounts, private accounts, in my maiden name, with more money than he'd stolen, and a lawyer on speed dial who specializes in financial fraud within marriage. This is the story of how my husband's greed destroyed him in 48 hours. Before I tell you what I did in those 48 hours, before you hear what the forensic accountant found, smash that like button now. Subscribe for financial justice stories. Drop your city. This is about always having a backup plan. 7 years ago, I met Marcus Harper at a friend's wedding. I was 26, marketing director, making $72,000, saving aggressively, had $35,000 in my personal accounts. Marcus was 28, sales manager, making $65,000. Charming, ambitious, we clicked immediately. We dated for a year, got engaged, started planning our life together. My financial advisor, Janet, whom I'd worked with since college, said, "Nicole, before you get married, let's talk about asset protection." I said, "Asset protection? That sounds so unromantic." She said, "It's practical. You have savings, investments, retirement accounts. Keep some of it separate, just in case." I said, "I trust Marcus. We're building a life together." She said, "Trust him, but also trust me. Keep one account in your name only, your maiden name, Nicole Chen, just as a safety net." I agreed, opened an account at a different bank under Nicole Chen, put $10,000 in it. Emergency backup, I told myself. Marcus and I got married, combined most of our finances, joint checking, joint savings. We deposited our paychecks there, paid bills from there, saved for our future there. Over 7 years, we built it to $68,000, down payment for a house, our future, our security. But that private account, Nicole Chen at a different bank, I kept it, added to it quietly. Tax refunds, bonuses, freelance work I did on the side. By year 7, that account had $73,000, more than the joint account. Marcus didn't know it existed. I wasn't hiding it maliciously, just following Janet's advice. A safety net, just in case. 3 weeks ago, just in case became reality. 3 weeks ago, Tuesday morning, 6 a.m., I woke up to my phone buzzing, notification after notification. Insufficient funds for payment to electric company. Insufficient funds for payment to internet provider. Overdraft fee applied, $35. Overdraft fee applied, $35. 17 messages total. I opened my banking app, confused. We had $68,000. How could anything be insufficient funds? I scrolled to transactions. One withdraw, 3:17 a.m., $67,995.77, transferred to external account. I felt my blood run cold. Someone had emptied our account at 3 a.m. while I was asleep. I checked the external account number. Didn't recognize it. I ran downstairs. Marcus was making coffee. Normal Tuesday morning. I said, Marcus, someone cleaned out our account. $68,000 at 3 a.m. He didn't look surprised, didn't look shocked, just said, oh, yeah, that was me. I stared at him. That was you? He said, I needed the money, withdrew it last night. I said, you withdrew our entire savings at 3 a.m. while I was asleep? He said, it's a joint account. I'm allowed to withdraw from it. I said, where did you send $68,000? He said, that's my business. I said, our money is your business? He said, Nicole, calm down. I needed it. I'll explain later. I have to get to work. He left, just left, took his coffee and walked out. I immediately called the bank. Someone, my husband, withdrew all our money without my knowledge. Can you freeze the account? Reverse it? The banker said, Mrs. Harper, I see the transaction. It was authorized by a joint account holder. We can't reverse authorized transactions. I said, I didn't authorize it. She said, but your husband did. Joint account means either party can access any amount. I'm sorry. I said, can you at least tell me where he sent it? She said, I can tell you it went to another bank, an account at First National. That's all I can disclose. I hung up, called Marcus 17 times, voicemail every time. I called his work. Is Marcus Harper there? He called in sick today. Sick? He just told me he was going to work. He'd lied, stolen our money, and disappeared. I sat in my kitchen for 10 minutes, crying, panicking, feeling helpless. Then I remembered Janet, my financial advisor, the one who told me to keep a separate account. I called her. Janet, Marcus emptied our joint account, $68,000, while I was asleep. The bank won't help. What do I do? She said, first, breathe. Second, do you still have your private account? I said, yes, Nicole Chen, different bank, $73,000. She said, good. He can't touch that. It's yours alone. Now call a lawyer immediately. This is financial abuse, potentially fraud. I called a lawyer. Patricia Morrison specializes in divorce and financial fraud. Met with her that afternoon, showed her everything. Bank statements, withdrawal records, Marcus's text saying, that's my business. Patricia said, this is theft. Even in a joint account, taking all the money without the other person's knowledge or consent can be considered financial abuse. We can file for divorce immediately, request emergency injunctions, freezing all his accounts, force him to disclose where he sent the money. I said, do it, all of it. She filed that day, emergency motion, requesting immediate freeze on all Marcus's accounts, full financial disclosure, return of $68,000, exclusive use of the marital home, temporary spousal support. She also hired a forensic accountant, Richard Chen, specializes in hidden assets and financial fraud. Richard got to work, pulled Marcus's credit reports, banking records, everything he could access legally. Within 24 hours, Richard found it, the account at First National, opened 3 weeks ago, in Marcus's name only, current balance $71,000. our 68,000 plus 3,000 from somewhere else. Richard also found something else. Gambling debts. Marcus owed a gambling bookie $45,000, had been gambling online for 6 months, losing consistently, hiding it from me. He'd stolen our money to pay his gambling debts. Patricia filed an amended motion, including the gambling debts, the secret account, everything. The court hearing was scheduled for 48 hours after the theft. Emergency motion. Judge Sandra Kim presiding. 48 hours after the theft. Thursday morning, family court, emergency hearing. Marcus showed up with a lawyer, cheap one, looked nervous. Judge Kim said, "Mr. Harper, your wife claims you withdrew $68,000 from a joint account without her knowledge at 3 a.m. Is this accurate?" Marcus's lawyer stood. "Your Honor, it was a joint account. Marcus had every legal right to withdraw funds." Judge Kim said, "I didn't ask about legal rights. I asked if he withdrew the money without her knowledge." Marcus said, "Yes, but it's joint money. I'm allowed to." Judge Kim said, "At 3 a.m., while your wife didn't discuss this, get her consent?" Marcus said, "I didn't need her consent. Joint account." Patricia stood. "Your Honor, we've discovered why Mr. Harper needed the money urgently. He has gambling debts, $45,000